G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. And today, guys, we are talking about the XFL. Yes, you've clicked this. It is a Steelers channel. It's Steelers Nation Australia. However, I do love football, and I love that I get a chance to watch more football after the Super Bowl. And in today's episode, we will be discussing the players or the ex-players that are on in the XFL. But before we do that, let's look at the schedule for the XFL because it's around the corner. I believe it starts Saturday or Sunday in America, and that's going to be, I think, my Sunday and Monday. So the first game of the week, because the XFL, remember how the XFL was here before the pandemic, was going really well, and it was in a hiatus for the 2 years, and everything happened, but it's back and it's led by The Rock. So here's the first matchup. We have the Vegas Vipers versus the Arlington Renegades on Saturday, February 18th, 3 p.m. on ABC. The Guardians versus the Roughnecks on ESPN, and that's at 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, right? Now, Rod Woodson, former Steelers cornerback and legend, is the coach of the Vegas Vipers. So that is one team to watch. If you want to try and link your Steelers to the XFL, like this video will do, you want to watch out for Rod Woodson, but he's not the only coach in the XFL that was a former player, right? St. Louis Battlehawks versus San Antonio Brahmas. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Sunday, February 19th, coming up this weekend, 3 p.m. Hines Ward is the head coach for the San Antonio Brahmas. And Joey Porter, I believe, is also on the defensive staff. I think he's an assistant or he's a coordinator, something similar. So with Joey Porter, Peasy, and Hines Ward. Now, Seattle Sea Dragons versus DC Defenders. I think DC Defenders were one of the top teams a few years back in the XFL. Now, the reason why you're here, who are or how many ex-players are in the XFL? How many ex-Pittsburgh Steelers players are in the XFL? So let's go through the article. I will link this article in the description. I'll put myself down below in the double box screen here. It's from Steelers Now, and I found this article a few days ago, but we're going to go through it, right? And it's awesome. There are 20 players. There are 20 players in some capacity in the XFL that we can keep an eye out for. Some more, high prize or some more valuable that we've seen with our Steelers before, like Eli Rogers or Matavius Bryant, compared to some other players. But there's still ex-Steelers. Now we have, and some guys, obviously, I don't overly know the connection to very well. We have Jonathan Hayes, Jay Hayes, and Tim Lewis. I'll be honest, don't know who those blokes are. I don't know, right? Defensive line, Doug Costin, we signed him this year in 2022. Shakira Brown, remember him? We thought he was going to be something for the Steelers. He was in the 2021 camp. Tyler Vaughns, too, a depth piece for the Steelers there. He's playing for the Renegades. DC Defenders, Matthew McCrane, it says he had one game in 2018 when Chris Boswell went out. Houston Roughnecks, we had running back Max Borgi as well, joined the camp last year, didn't do too much. Sean Davis, here's one. Safety Sean Davis, 2016 to 20, 64 games. That will be a name to look out for too. Pittsburgh Steelers safety Sean Davis. And of course, guys, I don't know all the players. I'm not an absolute Steelers genius. So Alexander Myers, 2019-20, no idea who that is. Orlando Guardians have receiver Eli Rogers. I liked Eli. There is still a big play from Steelers versus Ravens Christmas Day that I enjoy so much. Everyone talks about the AB catch and hand over the goal line, the immaculate extension. I like the catch that Rodgers made over his head and high point of the ball. Fantastic catch. Fantastic. Next, we have inside linebacker to Gray Scales. Also, he was always around, special teams, practice squad. He was around. So he's playing for the Guardians too, so shout out to him. San Antonio Brahmas, Hines Ward, of course, and Joey Porter in some capacity is like on the defensive side somewhere. So that's going to be my team, I think. If I'm going to support any team out of the XFL, of course, the colors alone too. It is black and gold. Or they might call it black and yellow. San Antonio Brahmas, I'm cheering for them. I want them to win it the first year back, right? They got Kalen Ballage too. I was a big fan of Kalen Ballage too. He can run the football. He can run the football. But you got Hines Ward as a coach. Got Joey Porter, who's worked with the Steelers too, and he also was an ex-Steelers player. Do we have links to go and get Joey Porter Jr.? This could be some good things. If Hines Ward can start coaching well in the XFL, maybe in a few years' time, we might see Hines Ward in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. I wish this team all the success. We have no idea this guy is. Alonzi Mack, 2019 practice squad. Delonte Scott used to ward number 50. He played in a few games, I think in 2021, 2022. Long snapper Rex Sanahara. Didn't do much. Practice squad guy. Brad Wing. This is one guy I actually can't stand, though. I don't know why. He's another Australian in the league. Not a big fan of Brad Wing. I always thought he had a big ego. Of course, he played with the Steelers for 16 games over the 2-year period. Not a huge fan of Brad Wing, but that's whatever. So that's another Aussie in the league or another Aussie in the XFL. And then to round it up, we have Jim Haslett, defensive coordinator is Ron Zook, and outside linebacker Tuzar Skipper for the Seattle Sea Dragons. That's interesting. Defensive back Antonio Brooks too. I think he was a 4th rounder pick back in the day, or third or 4th rounder pick. I think he was. Lyndon Stevens too, and punter Cameron Nisliak. There we go. That is 20 players for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the XFL. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Guys, who you are excited to watch. I'm excited to watch the San Antonio Brahmas. Now, here's a point of reference. I will be trying my best to do live streams, watching the game, and this is not going to be an XFL channel, but I will have a chance to watch the games and comment them and see what's happening. So my plan is to do the first game, Vegas Vipers versus the Arlington Renegades, which is about I think 7 or 9 a.m. And then the next day, I will try and do the same time, the St. Louis Battlehawks versus San Antonio Brahmas. Now, if that's super popular, I'll try and do them all. I'll try and do every single one. And we have a lot of spare time. We can talk Steelers along the way. It's going to be focused on watching football, talking Steelers, and I'm keen to see some more football. That's what I want to see. I'm so keen. I'm so keen. In that list too, it did say Martavis Bryant. Did I scroll over Martavis Bryant? Where was he? It said Martavis Bryant was somewhere else. Martavis Bryant will be playing for the Vegas Vipers. There you go. It says here Martavis Bryant will be playing for the Vegas Vipers. I think. Biggest thing in the bunch is Martavis Bryant playing for the Vegas Vipers. There we go, guys. All right, guys. The Gardener's coming in. I'll see you guys later. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Coach, still win. Let's go for the win, man.